Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about something interesting to say the least. We're going to be talking about boosting in WoW. We're going to be talking about that a little bit. I'm going to complain, yap, and circle around a little bit. Don't mind me, I'm just a little bit pissed off about it because there's so much stuff to say about that topic. There's so much more better ways to go about it and fixing things. I'm gonna pull up two pages. I'm gonna pull up one first page, which that I did not know of. They updated the chart for when they're for about the when it comes to like boosting and leveling and shit. Here it's specifically level boosting, but it does include like the blue post itself is about many different things. Okay, so what happened is on January, by the end of the month, they updated the terms of service so that boosting. So they updated it for specifically classic WoW, I believe, for anniversary, right? But they wanted to align with WoW retail and shit, and so like there has been a change at one point that I did not notice that wasn't so loud, that was spoken out a little quietly, that didn't make too much noise. Because I've been a booster for a long time, mostly in raids, but this expansion in keys specifically. Thing is, this patch, I've been going through some tough shit in real life this past like 2 years, which meant I had to change guild, which meant I changed guild because I felt like my level was no longer up to the standard that I needed, and I felt also like I wasn't like as I felt worse. Sorry, I felt worse. I felt bad about the damage and everything. I felt bad with the performance. I wasn't happy about gaming in general. I didn't want to play. I still don't, but it's a little bit better. In general, I shifted away to a more casual guild. We're still doing mythic raiding, but this season we didn't get to CE. We got to Lura very quickly, actually. On like some of the top, some of the best guilds in 2 nights, right? 2-nighter guilds, some of the best 2-nighter guilds base. For like the first 7 bosses. Then we arrived at Belloren, and then summer hit us, and then we had like a bunch of attendance issues, and so on and so forth, until like eventually we arrive at Lura, and eventually we're like so late, and we have so many roster changes every now and again. We have so many changes in assignments and shit that we arrive like way too late in the patch to actually pull forward and keep going and finish the boss. We see that it's like missing too much stuff. We're too frustrated. It's too hot. It's not comfortable. It's not fun gaming around. We still have fun. Like it's one of the best guilds that I've ever raided in. We have lots of fun, lots of laughs around. Like it's really good, really funny. But also, we don't want to push the frustration too much, so we just stopped. We just stopped finishing the raid. We just got like a little 2 to 3 weeks break until the following season, right? So that's what happened. On the side, because I knew we were not gonna kill it. When I arrived at Lura, I was like, bro, this is too late. We took too long. We have too much attendance issues. I went out of my way and joined a friend. Like I asked a friend if they had like cheap spots for boosting, and it turns out that the guy had like the following night they had a buyer missing. They didn't have a buyer at all, and they were only boosting one, not two, because like the GPS check is still Lura, I've seen the fight. I know how it is. I've seen all the way in 2P3. I've seen like 2P4s at best. So I know how the fight is. Maybe not perfect, but it's enough to get the job done, to get the kill. Either way, they were missing like one person. I couldn't join on my main, so I joined on Nulls, obviously. I got to heal a little bit the crystals, sorry. I got to grip as well, and then I died because I didn't have the assignments, and because they told me to, because usually that's what you do, you should be dying. because you don't want to interfere with the mechanics, especially on such a boss. So I died on pretty much on pool, not on pool, but like after the first few set, after the first set, which means I was floor period for P2 and P3, but I've seen it. I've fought through it as well. I know how it is. I've done P1 as tank. Not all phases as every role, but I did phase 1 as tank. I did phase 1 as DPS. I did phase 2 as DPS. I did a bit of phase 3 as DPS as well. And 1 or 2 P4s. I don't know. I guess 1. Technically, it's one of them is like entry. um Entry wipe, and then yeah, on an alt, I killed the boss, and for that I spent 3 million, which is, by the way, much cheaper than the 4 to 6 million that are usually the prices at the moment. Not currently, but at the point where I killed the boss. Where I knew that we wouldn't be killing by the end of the season, so I said like, okay, we gotta do that before before the prices rise up, before the gills no longer boosted. I gotta get the kill. That's when I asked, and that's when I got a kill. I'm getting to my points. I had the mounts. Everyone in the guild had it, so I was happy. I got the mount. I looted. I went away. Thing is, the way this kill was set up was through Discord. We talked about the prices through Discord, not through anything else. Through Discord. We then grouped up in game. We didn't say anything. There was not a single word said in chat. Not a single one of them. Because we knew what we were going to do. They were on voice chat. I was just AFK the entire fight, except like the first few like, I don't know, first minute of P1. And so yeah, that looked like a boost. That is a boost. Technically speaking, it is. Yeah. And so we did that. I did that. We arrive at the end of batch. Now we are the 14th. I mean, I guess it's the night of the 13th to the 14th of August. And they announce this. I'm just gonna read that before, because I didn't know that. I didn't see that point. That's why I said it was like the quiet little changes that I didn't hear about as a booster. And as a frequent seller as well, and as a guy that usually gets, like, currently that's what I do. I'm no longer an advertiser or a booster in raids. I am in key, but I'm not an advertiser. I do, however, get buyers for advertisers, and I don't care about the cut. I don't give a shit. I don't want the gold. I just want to help people get their kill and get their loot, and I don't give a shit if I get gold or not. I don't. I just want people to get their shit and to have fun and kill bosses and get their loot, get their mount, whatever. You can still see if someone is boosted. You can still see all that through logs and shit. Yeah, it is possible. So I don't mind for raids. For keys, I do mind, which is why I boost all the way up to 16, and then I don't, because it's at the 3.4k range, which is the achievement for the mount. And then after that, it's 1%. So I don't do 1% boosting because it's ladder. It's based on the ladder, so it's rankings. So you don't want to interfere with that. That would be unethical. That's the way I see things. I feel like that's the way most people see things. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, that's how I see things. And however, reading that earlier, because someone told me about it, because I didn't know, they actually changed everything. So I don't know when, but they posted it again in January. As a reminder, organizations who offer boosting, matchmaking, escrow, I don't really know what that is, because the translation is a little sussy for my language. But I'm guessing it's like the middleman, being a middleman for like a community. And so you get, like, as a middleman, you'd get the gold, hold the gold until the boost happens, and then give the gold once the boost is finished. That's what I'm guessing escrow is. And other non-traditional services, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing RMT, including those offered for gold. So I'm guessing, yes, this is probably RMT. Are prohibited, which means forbidden. So this means that WoW accounts found in violation of this may cause warnings, account suspensions, and if necessary, permanent closure of the accounts. And after that, it also says organization operating across multiple realms and excessively advertising for non-traditional game sales are contrary to the terms of service, which is blah 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 ban. Whatever. So TLDR, it does not restrict individuals and guilds from using provided in-game tools such as the service chat, which is /4 by default, I think. Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and say why it's a problem later. I'm just explaining what happened and like summarizing all that, and then I'm gonna get into why it's an issue and why it's not the right way to do this. To buy or sell boosts for in-game currency. However, boosting communities, for example, Oblivion, Sylvanas, and so on, that operate through discords across multiple realms are not permitted. The issue is that with that is, it is. I'm gonna briefly explain what happened yesterday. Before that, so a lot of players have been losing their Lura mount for Mythic, and it is obviously tied to boosting because they are. I'm guessing having an AI that like looks over a bunch of logs and shit. If there is logs of kills and seeing if they have the achievement. If they do have the achievement and the logs are like private, for example, I'm guessing that might be flagged. If the guild has all the logs in private and do like a fuckload of kills, still it might be logged as private and might be flagged by the AI. I'm guessing the AI, and then I'm guessing if they see a lot of different players killing the boss with said roster, said guild, without being part of the guild, it's probably boosting, and it's probably RMT because there's no trace of like I'm guessing chat, gold sent through mail, sent through the I don't know trade, and there's no like trace of any chats in game because they're using Discord, which everyone does also. Like everyone uses Discord to sort boosts. It's not like it's nothing new. Like if a booster is like playing something else or is just not home, and some buyer wants something, and like the advertiser goes, "Okay, are you two ready for tonight to boost this key, for example?" And the guy's gonna say like, "No, I'm not busy. I'm busy tonight. I can't. Tomorrow I can." It's like for sorting stuff, Discord or anything else is just much better because at least you can tell whenever someone's available, when someone's not. That's the point of it being in Discord in general, and it not having any trace in chat, in actual in game. By default, Lura and every single mythic boss from now on, whenever they are killed, they drop 3 mounts, and it lasts for the whole expansion. So if the only mount that there is in the expansion is on the last boss is only available for 1 patch, which means you get only about roughly 3 or 4 months of farming the boss and pushing the boss to actually get mount. And a few hours ago, like from 10 p.m. to 10 p.m. EU, like Paris time, server time, all the way to like midnight and so on, till like I don't know. I'm guessing this morning, probably all the way until the morning. We're gonna have some bans and shit and some mount removals. Some mounts have disappeared from their collection, and as well as apparently an in-game mail saying this. We have found that this a few items or one or more wars, blah blah blah, was gathered within an activity that violates in-game policies, which means it's forbidden, it's boosting, fuck off, we take the loot out of you. And they just remove them out from your collection. So now, what this does mean is that, so again, they're like, they made a post about like boosting and shit. That's what I said earlier, right? This is out of today organization who boost blah blah blah. We've seen that. My issue with it is that they're banning. They're retroactively removing mounts and items from players who have completed content live, boosted or not boosted, because I'm sure a lot of boosters have also been banned for this, I'm guessing. Which is, I guess it's maybe deserved, whatever you want to say, but like, yeah, some people have been getting their shit removed. My problem with it is the way they're doing this is not okay. The way they're just, how am I saying this? How am I gonna say this? They're banning people, not banning. They're removing loot and yes, banning people that have cleared content after, like, say, in my case, for example, 400 to 600 pulls, not killing a boss because of like attendance issues, because of like vacations. For example, I have one friend that did that, that couldn't do the boss, and so he bought a boost. He kept the mount for now, thankfully. Hopefully, he keeps it that way. But he bought it from a community, and so theoretically speaking, it's against the TOS. He still has the mount. Mine isn't. Mine isn't there. Mine have been removed. I got it the same way. The difference is, there hasn't been a single chat in game. There hasn't been anything. The only thing that has been there is the fucking gold trade. That's it. And it hasn't been through mail, and apparently they can't track direct trades. Apparently, all they can track is mail, and apparently that's about it. They can't really track like direct trades from one player to another, which is a little strange. I mean, I guess it would be an insane amount of data, so I guess in a way it makes sense. But yeah, they did that. They removed a bunch of mounts, including mine, after like 400 pulls on a boss, not being able to finish it, not being able to find another guild that is reclearing it, and trying to struggle and get it, and eventually you do it with a friend that is lacking a buyer, and so you go, well, I can give you a pretty cheap discount because you're a booster, which I am a booster, so I got a discount for it. I have like 20 to 30% discounts on whatever purchase I want to make, and so I did that. 3 million instead of like 425. I got the mount, got in, got out. Simple. I played a little bit of P1, whatever. They're removing the mount from people like this, and from people that did RMT. Like, yeah, sure, there's both. There's good and there's bad. There's like, you could still like don't like you could still dislike boosting. I have no problem with people that dislike boosting. It's okay. It's weird to like boosting either way. You could say it's like unethical. You could say like plenty of things. What I don't agree with is making retroactive changes like this, where it's not explicitly said anywhere. It's a voluntarily vague. Like in a post, it says that any organization that do boosting, blah blah blah, including goals, is prohibited. But also, but we also allow like in-game tools and in-game boosting with like smaller communities. All right, so a Mythic Plus team, a guild can still do boosting, but a community of boosters, or even a guild of boosters that is international, for example, mine is international. What if we were also boosting? We are from different realms. We are, and if we want to get buyers from like different realms, because for example, mine is empty. Mine is fucking empty. There's no boosting on my realm. On, for example, not Kazakh, on Kazmodan, which is the oldest French realm, and that has been transformed into like this new player realm, right? That you get by default into whenever you launch the game for the first time. Has legit no guild that went past crown. There's no Beleriand Mythic. There's no Lorand Mythic ever killed on Kazmodan. And across multiple different servers, it's like this. There's a bunch of servers where just boosting is not available, where Mythic kills are not available, where guilds are not available, where Mythic Plus players are not available either. And so you're like, okay, I'm stuck. I gotta go international. I gotta go across realms and communities and maybe across language. So I'm joining a Discord for that, and I'm buying a boost there. So we sorted the price. You sorted the price on the Discord, and then you get into the game. You do the trade. You don't even have to say anything, and you just you wait, you get invited, you get into the raid, and you kill the boss, and you get your loot, raid or dungeon, whatever. This is This is the way it's always been. Ever. In their history, like in classic WoW, that has been a thing. In Wrath, it has been a thing. In for like Fine and Deathwing, it has been a thing. For Sinestra, it has been a thing. For every single boss ever, it has been a thing. Every single form of con, it has been a thing. It is a thing for PvP, it is a thing for PvE, it is a thing for Mythic Plus and for Raid. Every time, every season, forever, in the history of forever. And it will remain this way. The difficulty in this is Blizzard is obviously trying to get money out of it. So they're not outright banning boosting. They're banning boosting if it's outside of the game because they can't control it, which you could argue is normal. They are not controlling RMT. They're trying to prevent RMT, and they're trying to prevent people that pay outside of the game with real money for stuff that is inside the game. They want to prevent that, and they want people to play the game or to pay inside the game, which is why also they added the WoW token. So my question is, why do you ban boosting? Why do you ban community boosting, knowingly that there is servers that are empty, that there is a plenty of servers that have no way to do like mythic rating? Why do that knowingly that there's this, and then leave allowed guild boosting, team mythic plus boosting, and in-game service gem? Why are we going halfway on this? Again, obviously, the response to that is they're trying to make some money out of it. They're trying to control it. And funnily enough, tonight there has not been a single message in Argent Dawn in the service chat. Same for my realm. I checked on Kazakh; it was actually empty. There was not a single person talking in chat in the service chat because everyone is afraid because it is intentionally vague. So, is it safe to say that tonight they actually killed boosting in general? Yes, in a way, yes, they have, because they're actually banning people and removing loot now. Retroactively, rather than going from now on, this is forbidden, and like write it somewhere or like make it obvious. It's something very crucial. It's not like a base like on every game. You can do this on every game. People do this. It's nothing new. Like it should like basic rules like this should be. It's not common sense. Like basic rules that you want to make like this that are extremely important that could get you banned. It's not like don't be racist. It's you can't ask someone to help you out on content. It's that kind of shortcut. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of different reasons to like dislike boosting, but also I gotta say that what is the harm in like a 50-year-old man that has four children, sorry, goes back home, tired of working, uh, has to make food. Maybe if he has a wife that has the same thing and it's like his turn or whatever you want to do it. However, you're planning food and shit. What about that guy? Is it like unethical? Is it gonna be unethical for that guy to be buying a boost? Is it like this guy? This guy does no harm in buying a +10 for his weekly vault because he has no time throughout the week, and the only time he has during the evening is like 1 or 2 hours of gaming, and he doesn't want to sit in queue for like 10 hours for like 30 minutes to get a group, and then once he get invited, he has 30 minutes left. He gets into a group, he depletes on the first fucking pool, and he has to go again. I mean, you wouldn't do that on 10. You would still go again, I guess. But like, what if you spend 30 minutes and you like deplete your fucking 10, and then like everyone leaves and you get no loot, and you spend 30 minutes, now you're pissed off, you're mad, everyone's mad, you got no loot, you got one dungeon, there's 7 days, there's 7 days, sorry, and 8 in the 8 vault slot, 3 vault slot, but 8 dungeons to do for a vault slot, for the full vault slot. This is bad. This is what Blizzard fights for against. Because this is, to me, this is probably not what they want to fight, what they're against. But maybe it is. Like, with like some sort of collateral damage, it's also what they're doing. They're punishing the more casual players that just want to have a smoother time, that just want to, like, I don't play on alts. There's also people that just play the game to make gold, and they don't want to actually do Mythic Plus. Right? There's a lot of people that I enjoy the auction house, that enjoy flipping stuff, that enjoy professions and stuff like that. There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that like, not a lot of people. There's people that like Warcraft. There's a lot of people that play different shit in WoW. And these guys, if they get gold, what's the harm in letting them use the hard earned, maybe or not, like difficult goal to achieve? What's the harm in letting them spend the gold that they got for other people to help them in content that they otherwise wouldn't be able to do without spending too much time? That's the whole point of boosting. It's the whole time of why it's the whole reason why you're paying, like, I don't know, a carpenter or like or an electrician. You could do it yourself theoretically, sure, but it's gonna be longer. It's gonna be more difficult. It's gonna be more dangerous. It's gonna take you more time. I think I already said that. It's the same fucking principle. It's the same thing. So why are we doing this? I don't know. And people are gonna argue that this is different. That this is Lura Mythic. I'll say though, plenty of kills, plenty of boosted people still have their mount. The difference is those people did it through direct guild contacts and through, like, maybe sometimes didn't get like banned. Because I know I have a few logs like this. I can see that. I'm a booster. I see a bunch of different logs. I have a few friends that go through both RMT and non-RMT ways. I know how it is. I see it every day. I know how it is. There is people that bought normally with gold through direct contact with guilds that got their mounts removed, and I know some others that did exactly the same thing and did not get their mount removed. I'm the latter, but the difference is my case. I didn't talk in game, right? I talked in Discord, so I'm guessing they can't really track it. But I can show. I don't know. It's extremely frustrating. I guess my light is dying too. You piece of shit. Hey, there you go. Sorry. That's one of the things that I had to say about this. It's punishing people that didn't do anything. Stop it, dude! You're gonna break stuff. Holy shit! This guy's actually gonna hurt you. You're gonna hurt yourself, dude. Stop it. Jesus Christ, that cat is crazy. Going out of his way and going biting cables and shit. Ooh, leave more. What else did I have to say about this? I talked for like 3 hours on stream about this, by the way. This is not the right decision because there's plenty of ways to do this. For example, like I said, they're banning communities specifically. So, for example, Oblivion, which is again 80%, maybe not again. I don't know if I said this, but like most people use Discord and use communities because it's more trusted because there's a lot more people. There's reviews. There's scammer protection because you can get gold back because the community has a shitload of gold that they can give you. If the booster is bad, they can schedule it again with different boosters. So it's much safer. So people go there specifically because they know it's safer. They know they're not going to get scammed as often. And they know it's better. They're actually not going to get scammed at all in general. But Blizzard doesn't like this. They want you to go out of your way and either do the content, like work 24/7 in WoW. I said work, not play, because this is work level kind of pain right now that we are dealing with meta and shit, with like the difference in mindset that a lot of players have now in 2026. With the fucking horrible balancing of like the first thing being 85% more popular than all the other ones, and being like double the toughness of the second best tank. That's the kind of issues we're dealing with. Like, sure, some balance, like the balance in general, if you look at logs and stuff, it's not so bad. But if you look at the gap between the last and the first one, it's absolutely fucking gigantic. That we're dealing with all these issues, and at the same time, they're gonna like they want you to go through this. They want you to actively go out of your way and struggle through this, or they want you to still get the boost, but you're gonna get it through a team of Mythic Plus players that boost plus 22s. But at the same time, it's unethical to, and they're likely like wanting to fight against it, but they're not banning people like Yoda, like now, like a whole bunch of plus 22, plus 21s, and so on, even more up until 25 players. They're not banning those. Why? I don't know. Maybe it is because of those buyers that buy from these players, from those giga boosters. Maybe those players buy WoW tokens and buy boosts like this. And maybe it's how it happens. Maybe it is why they're not getting punished. It is maybe why they're allowing big like they're banning big communities, because they know that there's a few that do RMT, or if they don't do RMT, they know that some people get the gold from other than RMT and then trade the gold to actual boosters and in communities, and then they could just let a 0.1% boost team boost you through this for much more expensive for WoW tokens also, and most importantly, because that's what they actually get out of it, is gold. Not gold, money out of it. They get money out of people buying WoW tokens, which is why it exists in the first place, so people can buy boosting and like transmogs, mounts and shit. It's backwards thinking. They're trying to avoid a problem, which is boosting RMT, and that I'm guessing that's about it, right? They don't like it because they can't control it. But also, they don't want to remove boosting. They don't want to ban it altogether because it brings you money. It brings them money. So what would be a solution then? Either fully ban boosting, either fully embrace it, do it yourself. It's a possibility. It happens. I wouldn't be surprised. It's more money as well. Like, I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised about it. So either embrace boosting, completely freaking ban it, or find workarounds. One of which, for example, is removing resilience keys from a certain level. For example, you could get like resilience keys from level 2 all the way up to level 16 keys. This way, you could, for example, get the 3.4 mount without struggling too much, without spending hours in queue, or spending hours in queue without like depleting your key 1,000 times and have it go from 15 to +2. That could be nice. But you want to cap it at like 16, for example. This way, the actual push of 1% is much more meaningful, for one, and for two, boosters don't have resilience keys anymore to boost keys for. For example, the way boosting in 1% and 0.1% works is you pay the reason why it's expensive is because you pay the whole team to use their resilience, the fact that they can spam the same key 24/7 for you until you as a player get it right and play all the way until it works and until they help like do the majority of the work. Yes, but also in, like on 0.1% range, you obviously want to play. Even 1% range, you have to be playing a little bit. But like they keep spamming those until you get it right and until you get the key. They could ban resilience keys after 16, and this would mean that there could still be boosting, but it'll be much more expensive, and so less people will buy it. Two, if it's more expensive, it also brings more money if people buy it. And three, it also makes it's just more likely in general that people like boost like there will be less boosters because it is much harder to do boosting at +22 keys if you don't have a resilience key, if you have only a single attempt at the key. Because this means repeating the same keys, depleting the same keys over and over until the guy gets it right. And if there's no resilience keys, the key will go down. And it needs to go back up and find the same dungeon, which is very rare, which is why it would be so expensive. Which is also why the title boosting back then did not exist. Because when there was no title to begin with. And two, because it was way too difficult because there was no resilience keys. Some guy pointed out to me, like the first season of The War Within, the first season with the resilience keys, we had the title cutoff, I think, being 3.450, something like that. From this season and onwards, all the way up until now, the score goes up by like 800. It reaches 4,235, if I remember right, which is insanely high. Sure, it doesn't mean anything because we have reached like 4K in BFA, for example, but it's like last season. The scaling, the score scaling is different across all expansions. It's not always the same counting. So it could mean a lot of different things. But the thing is, it's weird that it climbs up every single season. It's because when there's a mount that you get at 1%, which is why people buy it, which is why there's also more people playing meta, which doesn't help. Because also, like, people are thinking that playing meta are gonna get them invited, and since they want to play their own spec or reroll to a meta spec, if they don't want to reroll to a meta spec and try their best, or like play their own spec and try their best, then they're gonna try the easy way, which is to buy your own way into keys, either with resilience key tipping, which is, by the way, forbidden. Like, asking for tips is forbidden. You can still tip willingly if you want to. But that also means that, by the way, some groups that don't say tippers only, or like note tip, they can also just wait until someone says, "Oh well, I'm tipping this if we time," until they get like 4 people that are tipping, and the guy gets 1.5 million out of a single key. And this wouldn't be unethical because the guy didn't ask for it, but he only invited people that would do it. You know what I'm saying? It's vague. It's on the, like, it's very much on the line of unethical, but it's not crossing it just yet. And it's like this for every single thing in WoW nowadays. It's playing with limits for every single rule. Every single rule is like this, extremely vague, extremely like possible and easy to twist in every single direction according to their desire. If they think you don't deserve something, they can just fucking remove it from your account because the rule says it can. They can, because the rules say that. Oh well, you can't do in boosting communities, but also you can do in guild and individuals. Like, look at this sentence alone. This policy update does not restrict individuals and or guilds from using the provided system and game tools for activities and items or for in-game currency. There you go. However, boosting communities, especially those who operate across multiple realms, are no longer permitted. That means nothing. A guild itself could be a community. Like, my own guild is international. I'm French. We have people from Serbia. We have people from wherever. We have people from the UK. We have people from Finland. We have people from Sweden. Dude, it doesn't mean anything. Like, international, what the fuck do you mean? Cross realm, what the fuck do you mean? Am I gonna find buyers on my realm of role players with like 200 players? You think I'm gonna find buyers? That's not happening, dude. That is not happening. So if you wanna ban boosting, if you wanna remove my fucking mount from this, that I don't like, by the way, like, it should be 2 different mounts, in which case I would like it. I would adore it if it was 2 different mounts, but it's one single mount and it's fucking ugly like this. Because it's so poorly made. Holy shit. But that's this mount, sure, okay, sure, right. You want to remove this mount from me? I spent 600 pulls on the boss. I killed it. I played the mechanics. I helped some other people buy it as well. You're gonna keep the mount from me and let the mount to like a bunch of different people. The only difference between each of us is going to be like whether or not our fight is logged, whether or not we chatted in Discord, which means in game we didn't have any chat, or we did, depending on like it's gonna be based on those stupid little factors. Because I'm guessing an AI sorts this out. This is gonna be how it's sorted. It's also so backwards thinking. You're gonna like you want to stop boosting. You want to stop boosting from like 1% for like unfair like mythic mount gathering. So for example, you remove they did this so that people that don't do the whole raid, that don't progress through the whole raid, and buy boosts don't get them out. So that because like technically they don't deserve it because they only killed one boss in Lura, for example. That's what they want to avoid. But also the reason, like, you want to avoid this, but at the same time, you're gonna ban the communities that allow people to buy tents, which is completely non-harmful in any fucking way. But you're gonna allow the Mythic Plus teams that do plus 22 boosts. That's fine. That's okay. That's ethical. That's fine. Like, I can find you some fucking boosters. I'm sure I can, if I can check. I'm sure I'll show you. I'll fucking show you. There you go. When I click on like a random guy, right? I'm sure I can skip a bunch of pages because like the first two maybe not. Maybe they don't even have a profile. I don't fucking know. Let's skip a bunch of pages up until like key 400, right? For example, let's check that out. Let's see what happens if we click on these, for example. Okay, no. Operating coach, this is fine. Coaching, also key boosts. There you go. That's one. There's plenty of them. There's hundreds of them in the ladder that sell genuine title boosts and 1% boosts. And that also, by the way, some of them do that on alts too, so they actually fill out some spots. So I don't know how that works, also I know that wrong. So, that's one problem. That's one of the worst things in the game right now. Which is also why every single season, there's always that one thing that makes my heart tilt towards like leaving. Which is also why, like, the longer the seasons go, the longer the years go, the longer the game remains alive. There's more and more people that leave, that get pissed off. The toxicity is rising every single fucking year. You can tell. I am part of that as well. Like, I get more toxic. It's normal. It's like the whole fucking thing is meant. It's like leaving meat outside on ambient air and like random, like, not putting meat in the fridge is what I'm saying. It's basically the same thing. You're just letting it rot outside. What the fuck you mean? What do you expect? What do you think is gonna happen? Like, you wanna avoid boosting, but you're doing the best to make people boost 1%, 2 and 1%. Like, you're making the best conditions for these guys. And also, because of the fact that now it is so vague that the whole fucking service chat is shy and scared of talking and actually offering boosts. Or like, if they do, it's on another account because they actually need more accounts now because they're scared they're gonna get banned on the main one. There's so much of that now. And since communities are forbidden as well, but the discords are still open. Like, are you gonna chase the discords the same way you finally chased the private realms for WoW, the private servers, right? Are they gonna do the same thing with Discord? I don't think so. I don't think they are. They could do that though. It costs money, so they're not gonna. But they could do it. They finally did it with like Ascension. Wow, they finally did it. Eventually, after years, they did it with Turtle as well. I think they did it with a bunch of stuff. But it takes years every single time to happen, right? And it harms the game more than they think. And also, like, all this happening also means that there's a lot more people that are going to go to RMT, because with RMT, it's gonna be more hidden. There's like less gold that's gonna be wasted, less time that's gonna be like wasted as well. It's gonna be legal. There's gonna be a shitload of bans as well. Like, there's a lot more people that are going to go to RMT because they're gonna feel like it's safer than going into a community. Because fucking RMT is advised, like, advertised, as a safe way, as a sneaky way. As long as you don't talk about it, you're not gonna get banned or anything. That's not fucking happening. That's not how it works. They're gonna fucking track that shit. They're gonna see that. What they can't track, though, that is what I can't wrap my hand around, is like, why the fuck am I getting my mount removed? And I'm not getting banned, by the way. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand why my mount is removed and why a bunch of my friends' mount are removed as well. I mean, a friend, like, big word using friend, but why a bunch of my WoW player mates, I'll say, are getting the mount removed from their collection as well. And we're doing it different ways too, like different communities, different ways, different groups, different languages. There's plenty of ways to go about this other than doing this. And I don't know why My amount is removed. I'm genuinely confused. I don't fucking know. I made a request. I did apply ticket. I did. They instantly fucking denied it. They instantly closed it. I like 5 minutes after doing that, I had the pop up on the bottom, like not the bottom right, the top right corner of your screen, where it says like you've been selected for a survey, right? It said that. Not it didn't say you have been responded to. It said you have been selected for the survey. So like I didn't even bother reading. I mean I did read it, but like I didn't answer the survey, and I could not answer the requests as well, like the ticket, because like they just fucking closed it. They said we cannot provide any details. Blah. It's just fucking I don't know. There's no. The one time I got banned for like a week was, I'm assuming, because they never tell you, because I insulted a guy because he was insulting me for 30 minutes straight. Because the leader, not the leader, the assist that I gave to a friend, um, accepted to follow his suggestion. We wiped for 30 minutes. He got the assist as well. He took like a bunch of randos that didn't have any XP at all. It was like that was very early season heroic Billoran, by the way. He took a bunch of random people with no XP. He went like, oh, you just need damage. Don't give a shit about healing. Blah blah blah. We're doing it. Just cheese it. Just do it like the one phase way. And then he's getting mad at everyone for himself suggesting people. He gets mad at us, at me, and the guy that has the assist, right? And so the guy that has the assist tells me to remove this. I do. I mean, it doesn't tell me like I do remove the assist because it tells me that he gets pissed off at us. So I remove the assists. Then the assist kicks the guy, and then he DMs me that and says I'm gay, and then I naturally insult the guy. He says I'm gay and dumb, and whatever else he said, right? And I said, "You dumbass." I'm quoting basically, but I don't remember exactly what I said. I said, "You dumbass, that was your own suggestion." And something like that, right? And I am assuming this is why I got banned, right? And then I asked why I got banned, and it turns out they don't even want to tell me. They tell you like you got banned because apparently you've been toxic to your enemies. So I'm guessing you're thinking about like maybe it's like some mass report shit. Maybe it's some sort of PvP thing. Maybe they even got the wrong player because it said on the response that I've been toxic to my enemies. I've never done a single arena, a single battleground, or a single bit of world PvP even throughout the whole fucking season one and even pre-patch. I did not do a single bit of that, not once. Like, what do you mean toxic to my enemies and to my teammates as well? He said the thing that said both, and like maybe sure. Can you show me? Can you tell me what it was? Nah, we can't. So the same way there for Lura, they're not gonna tell me why. But it's bullshit that I get to spend 600 pulls on a boss. And like just because I'm guessing, just because I don't have the kill log, because I died on pull or something, not on pull, like in 30 seconds, because I didn't have the assignments again. Uh, I'm guessing because of this, I get the mount removed, but also like a lot of people that didn't have their mount removed also died on pull. I don't know. They're not telling you. I'm sure like a lot of these are just randomly assigned to like some people that maybe do have like sussy logs or died on pool or something like that, and they just pick and choose. There might be like random things to it, but I don't know. It's fucking weird. Targeting, boosting in general, boosting community, or something else. We have no fucking clue. I don't know. I am part of that anyway. I don't know. He also inviting from another room. See, this is one of the other additional points that I didn't mention. It's fine to like inviting players from another round to join them in traditional activity in exchange for gold. This is okay, as they were before. That makes no sense because at the same time, they say organizations who disruptively advertise across realms and establish blah blah are the primary target of this policy update. And then that's literally contradictive. It's vague, like intentionally vague, so that could mean anything. That could mean anything and anyone, so they can't ban you for whatever. They can just fucking delete whatever they want from you. You don't own your account, by the way. Like, this is, like, I'm sure some sort of technical legality thingy somewhere means your account is not yours. I'm sure if they wanted to, they could just fucking delete your account. You don't own it. It's not yours. It's just like borrowed, for example. I don't know. It again, there's so many different ways to go about this. There's so many little, like, it could be just removing resilient keys. It could be just outright saying ban over um completely forbidden to boost over this level of key, completely forbidden to boost even mythic rate. I don't give a shit. Even tens. If you wanna ban boosting altogether, do it, but fucking tell us. I don't know. You can't just go like retroactively after a patch remove stuff from people. Why do they remove my lure amount, but they don't remove like my Brutosaur amount from BFA that I got through boosting? I did a fuckload of Jaina boosting through Sylvanas. Never a single time was it RMT, but it was boosting through a community. Am I gonna get my fucking Bruiser removed? So far, I still have it, but I don't know. Maybe. Are they gonna do the same thing to Unrelos that I did? Like, I had to kill the boss 3 times with like different guilds, and I gave 1 million, and we didn't talk once because we were all in voice chat. Is that gonna be considered boosting or like unethical or like RMT or something? I don't fucking know. There's no way to know. There's no way to know what you're doing wrong. You're just supposed to play the game with all, like, no one, just your friends. It's super, like, is it a solo game at that point? I don't know. It's a fucking game. It's not rocket science. Just let it be what it is. And if you don't want it to be like that, just fucking enforce rules and say it clearly instead of this. Because if boosting was forbidden altogether, at least we'd know, and at least you'd know it's bannable, and you'd be banned, and you'd be deserving the ban. But if you're just gonna say, well, you can do this, but not so much, it's okay. You gotta do this way though. This way, it's more tolerable. It's fine. Yeah. What kind of fucking bullshit ass is this way of thinking things and making rules? I feel like it can't be like an NA thing. It can't. I'm sorry, but I don't want to sound racist when I say this. I know that guidelines in general with like NA companies like that are super not popular, super rich and super like big money makings. I know that they have like questionable ethics. Is it like part of this? Is it would you consider this as like bad ethics? Like, again, I understand banning boosting. If you want to ban boosting, you can ban boosting. I'm okay with it. But you have to tell us why and how, what's being banned, what's being unethical, what's not being unethical. Because as of right now, I know some people that, myself included, got their mount removed. And I know some people, one especially, that has been benched for like 200 pulls because he was garbage, because he kept dying. And they killed the boss without him. They did a reclear, he got the mount, and he's not getting his mount removed because he, like, it's technically not boosting, I guess, because he's part of the guild or something. I don't fucking know. This, I played the boss more. I have more pulls on the boss. I have more experience on the boss. I have more various roles on the boss. I didn't carry all the crystals back. I did some of it sometimes. I did healing. I did tanking. I did DPS. The only thing I didn't do is range DPS on this boss. The only thing I haven't done on Mythic is range DPS. That's the only thing I haven't done. And like full carrying the crystals all the way until the end. This is the only thing that I haven't done. Unfucking believable. So I don't know what your you guys' thoughts about this are. This video is way too long, but I'm just so upset at it. I had to just say something about it. So either way, be careful. Don't I think whenever Silver Palace releases, you know what? I think I'm gonna dump any MMORPGs that I'm still playing. I'm gonna be done with WoW. It might be my fucking last season for all I know. I'm just tired, dude. I hate this. I don't like what the game is becoming. It's always been a thing, and now suddenly, like, you gotta fight it, but also you gotta fight it like halfway. You know? You're gonna go halfway at it. You're gonna fight the one thing that is okay, aka communities allowing random small servers, random dads that have 1 hour of playtime a week that just want to get their fucking weekly log. You're gonna disable that. But obviously, the guy that does fucking 22s and ruins the ladder for everyone, this guy's fine. This guy's fucking fine. Like, get your shit together, Blizzard. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what else to say about this. I don't know. I'm just mad. I'm just upset. There's no way I'm alone thinking this. There's no way. And also, there's the amount of swearing that I'm doing in this video. I'm guessing this video is not gonna get anywhere in recommendations. But I had to just pull it out and just send it on YouTube. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope I can't wait to see what people think in the comments. If you guys do want to answer, you could be agreeing, you could be disagreeing. I don't mind. I think in general, objectively speaking, there's some good in it, but there's mostly bad in it. Like it's a good decision. I think most people agree that boosting has gotten way too far. I agree with it. Sure, I am part of it. I am moving with the system. I am boosting all the way up until 16. Then I'm not because it fucks with the ladder. And also, I am boosting. I am buying boost as well. Sorry, because in this rare situation with summer in attendance, I just want them out because I pulled a lot of the time the boss, and I feel like I deserve them out. I got them out, and I got it removed for 3 million fucking gold. I don't like. I hate it, and I have another friend that spent 3.5 million gold. I'm afraid I don't know if they have it removed. I'll see that tomorrow, but I'll update on that in the comments if so, because this is one of my closer friends, I guess technically. Yeah, I don't know. I fucking hate it. It's we have to do something about it. I mean, we can't do anything about it. We just have to accept it. But you can also do requests. You can also like upvote, not upvote the video. This is not fucking Twitter. You can like the video. You can share. You can talk about it with your friends. You can voice your opinion. Be loud about it. I don't care. I'm speaking as loud as I want on this kind of topic. If I want to say right now that in the global chat that if I wanted to say this in global chat, I would. I fucking would. The only difference is not gonna make a difference because no one is no one from Blizzard is gonna read this. But you never know on international if this kind of content could do something. So I'd rather do my own part than just stay still and just get the fucking damage done to me. Because this isn't the only time Blizzard has done something like this. It has happened countless times. I have one concrete example, which is to me again. Back when this is my last bit, then I'm finishing the video because it's 1 hour long. When I changed account, because before that, since I've been playing since I was 3, by the way. So I'm very old player at that point. I'm 23, so like I've been playing 20 years. Yes, I've been playing since vanilla. Obviously, I've been playing like walking around and collecting herbs and like having fun with boars in Elden Forest. That kind of shit. I wasn't playing raids and shit, but I was playing back then as well. I've been playing for a long time, but I was on my parents' account back in Draenor. Like just before the release of Draenor, I kind of wanted my own account, and also my parents wanted me to have my own account. So I changed to an account of myself, which means I had to transfer my main character, and I said, okay, I don't want to bother with transferring all the other characters, because that would be too expensive, and also because I didn't care that much for them. So I transferred my DK, which is still the same DK, by the way, just renamed, but that's the same DK. And I still have it to this day. It's still my main. But they removed a character exclusive mount back then, which was linked to the code for the Tyrell's Charger mount, which back then you had to get by pre-ordering Diablo. During I think mob, right? Like early mob, or like before mob. I don't remember. That is way too old, and I was a kid. I wasn't the one ordering it. But I entered what the code was entered for my character, and for like all characters, to be fair, because this is like a character an accounting. You also had it, I believe, before MOP, but I think specifically in MOP, they made it so like it was sent as mail to all your characters as soon as you made one. So all the characters on the account had the mount on them. So I had the mount on my character, although like the collection was already a thing. So all the characters could just delete the item from their inventory. But it is technically an item linked to your character because it is linked to a code that sends it to all your fucking characters. So I had the mount, I did the transfer, and then later on, throughout the year, throughout Draenor, they did a policy change. And during Draenor, I lost the Tyrell's charter during the expansion, not after, not the moment I did the transfer. The moment later on in the expansion, the moment they changed the policy, they removed it. Not before, not when I changed the account. The moment they changed the policy, they do shit retroactively. They don't give a shit. It's not your money, it's theirs. So don't spend money, don't buy boosts, don't care about your fucking ego. Because chances are you're gonna get your loot taken away from you. Even if it's through a friend. Like my case. Even if it's through a friend. Fuck you. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Actually, there's one possibility also that I don't know. Is that the guild that I did it with may have done RMT. I can't know this though, but why would that be like I guess if they have done RMT and like suddenly they do a run with me, they can like I did give 3 million gold though. So like I don't know. But I guess maybe it has been like automatically flagged because it's a guild that does RMT, maybe. But again, that's all suppositions. Like that's all guessing. Whatever. See you next time. Maybe I really don't plan on making WoW content. I just had to complain about this because I played for way too long for this to just happen to me like right there. I'm still gonna get the mount. I'm gonna kill Lura again because it lasts for the whole expansion. So you know, it is what it is. Whatever. See you next time. Bye.